Hey, I'm gonna help you learn how to do your makeup for your folklorico performances. If you'd like to learn how to do your base, you can wait to the end of the video. First things first, you're gonna want to pull all your hair back. So I have all my bangs back and all that stuff, and I got me my cute little ears. Then you're gonna want to get yummy drink and a snack. I got jicama with tajin. Next, do your brows first. Okay, eyebrows are done. Now you can either take concealer, or you can do eyeshadow primer, or you can go in just barefaced. But it's always a little better just for the eyeshadow to show up a little more pigmented if you have some concealer under your eyeshadow. Okay, so you're gonna take your concealer and you get a little on the brush, or if you have eyeshadow primer, get some of that, and you're gonna use it to carve out your eyebrow. Oop, I put a little bit too much on this. Put some there, and I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna use it to carve out the eyebrow, just a little bit, and then blend the rest out all over your lid. You want to carve out the eyebrow first, so that when you're blending it out on the rest of your lid, you already have like a guide on where to go and where not to go, so that you don't get any concealer in your eye, or like in your eyebrow. And blend it out just like this. And it's okay if it gets on the rest of your face, especially if you're wearing because you can just blend it out later. But if you're wearing like a whole base, then it'll be all right, because you can just blend it all together. Me personally, I'm gonna bring it down right here, right into my inner corner, just to get all of that blended out, to spread out some of the product, but also to just start concealing my bags, because when I do my base, it helps like conceal the bags. Okay, I have concealer on both my eyes, and from here I just like to take a little setting spray, give it a set, and then wait for it to dry, and then you go back in with some eyeshadow. So these are the brushes that you're going to need for this look. You're going to need one bigger fluffy brush like this, and then in comparison, a smaller fluffy brush, right? And then a thin flat brush called a concealer brush, right? So these are the brushes that you're going to be needing. So to start off, you're going to take the larger fluffy brush, and in these palettes that I bought y'all, they come with these 4 colors. You have a nude, a light shimmer, a medium shimmer, and a brown. If you are fair skinned, you're going to be able to use this light nude for a transition color. If you are like me and you're a little more brown, if you have like a bronzer or something, that's gonna work good too. Or if you happen to have access to some sort of eyeshadow palette that has a color similar to your skin tone, you can go ahead and use that as a transition. So for now, I'm going to use my bronzer. I'm just gonna dip into that a little bit and tap the excess. I'm gonna hold my brush from the end. Remember, I showed you how to do that. And then you're going to put it into the crease and just work it in there and create a little bit of depth. It's called a transition shade because it gives your eyeshadow something to transition into your skin. Okay. Do the other side. Right. Next, you're going to take the smaller fluffy brush, and now dipping into the palette, you're going to take some of this brown, and you're going to start right here in the outer corner. You start tapping that in first. See, just tapping it onto your eye first will leave it more pigmented, so that it's darker on the outside, and when you start blending outwards, it'll gradually get lighter. So you're tapping in on the outside, and then you want to hold it from the end again and do some circles, focusing really there on the lid part. So not so much as the top of your eye, but like this lid part right here. And start blending that inwards. See? And gradually it'll just fade, and then you can layer that to make it darker. It's looking good. I'm going to do one more layer. Okay, and this is where we're at right now with this eye. It's a little bit darker on the outside than it is here on the inside, and now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, now that you have a nice dark brown base of your eyeshadow, you're going to take this concealer brush. You can wet it under some water, or you can lick it real quick, or I like to use setting spray. So I'm going to use setting spray. And I'm going to go in with this medium shimmer right here. Just going to paint that on. I've piled on that product pretty thick. It needs to be that thick.
Huh?
Take it and put it right on your inner corner and follow the shape of your natural eyelid. And just bring it to the center. And boom, you're almost done. For the other eye, you're going to wet it again. Go back into the eyeshadow palette. And cut the other eye.
Wow!
Now you have glitter on the inside of both eyes. You're going to go back in with the small fluffy brush that you used the brown for. Don't put any more eyeshadow on it. And you're just going to blend the two edges together, the dark brown and the gold, so that it's not so harsh. To the other side. Now here you go.
Woo!
And then, just as a measure, you're going to take that bigger fluffy brush, the one we used for the transition color. Don't put any more product on it. You're going to go back over the top where you originally put the transition color right under your eyebrow and soften out those lines around the edges. Okay, here and around the edge. Here and around the edge. And like that, your eyeshadow's done. From here, you can add eyeliner. I'll go ahead and do my eyeliner on camera just so that y'all can see how I do my eyeliner. So I get a eyeliner pen. This is called a felt tip eyeliner pen. Just because it looks like a marker, it basically is a marker. Okay, so I start from my outer corners and I follow the natural line of my bottom lid. So the way that this curves upwards, I'm going to keep following that line up. So follow, follow, follow. And then make one big long line. Yes, sir. Do the same thing on the other eye. Okay. You've made 2 lines on your eyeballs. Now you're going to follow. You're not going to start from the very edge. You're going to start a little bit below. And you're just going to draw a line straight to your eye. Just like that. Do it one more time. Okay. And that is the outline of your eyeliner. You're going to put it back in the lid and pump it so that more of the ink will come out. And then just fill it in. Good enough. Okay, now I go in with this LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I really love this concealer because it has a little brush on the end. And so I haven't done anything to this part of my face yet. So it's really helpful because I get to go in and clean up my eyeliner. So like, see, this line is a little messy. I just go right under it and clean that up, sharpen that up. And I just leave it there to dry, and boom, you have eyeliner. If you're wearing lashes, go ahead and just throw on a tiny bit of mascara. If you're not wearing lashes, you can go ahead and just put on all your mascara right now. And now your eyeshadow is all done. I'm gonna show you how to get a super cool base like mine. First, you're gonna start off with a concealer that matches your skin tone. I use the Revolution In Real Life Filter Finish Concealer. I use it in shade C12. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, pump it, and I'm gonna put it all over right here, right under my eyes, and wherever else I feel like I need to conceal. Like, those are the only places I put concealer. Okay. And then after I put my concealer on, you kind of can't tell that I have all the concealer on, just because it literally matches my skin tone. So now I'm going to use the setting spray. Spray my entire face. Wait for it to dry, and then come back. Okay. Now, my setting spray is dry. I'm going to take a little brush. Don't judge my concealer brush, y'all. It's been through it. I'm going to start blending the edges out first. And make sure that you're being careful not to touch your eyeliner, but also bringing it up to your forehead and your temples. And bring it down to your cheeks. And then you're going to go into your nose and start blending that out. But blend it out in place. Don't spread this out, because this is where you want your coverage. See? And then use the excess on your cheeks and your chin. And do the same here. Okay. Once that is blended out, you're going to take another concealer. I'm still using the Revolution In Real Life Filter Finish, except you can use it one shade lighter than your natural shade. So the first shade should match your skin tone as close as you can. And then the second shade should be one shade lighter. And then you're just going to focus that right in the center. Just like that. And then blend that out. But you're going to blend it out right where it is. You're not going to spread it out or anything. Okay, for the concealer, I use a small concealer brush for this. There's already a little bit of concealer on it. So that I can blend it out in place. And it should create like a brighter inner corner. I'm just going to go over it a little bit and just give it a last blend out with this concealer brush. Boom. You're going to go over it one more time with setting spray and let that dry. Okay, this is where the magic comes, because it looks like you have foundation on, but you don't. You're going to take a powder puff or a blending brush or what's it called, a beauty sponge, and you're going to dip into some setting powder. I use the Wet n Wild setting powder in the shade Banana, I believe. Okay. And then you're going to focus it right in the corner to bake, and then just drag it to the outside. Perfect. Tap it again. Do it again. Focus in the corner. Bring it to the outside. Now with what's left on here, I'm going to go under my chin and just tap it into the rest of my face. And this is what makes it look like you have foundation on, even though you don't. Because it looks like your whole face is covered in foundation. Boo! These are the parts of my face that I like to bake the most, just because these are the places that I get the sweatiest. Under my eyes for sure, my forehead, my nose, my chin, but I also placed it this way with the intention of contouring. I am going to start with contour now. So these are my two brushes. I have a bronzer brush and a blush brush. I'm going to use the bronzer first. I don't like to use cream blonde contour or anything under. I just go straight in with bronzer. I find that it's easier for me and it does the same thing. And when you set it, it stays, or at least it stays for me. So I'm gonna take it and just pile it on, tap the excess, and I'm gonna start right here is my cheekbone. So go all the way to the top, and you're gonna right below your cheekbone, and that's where you're gonna place your bronzer. And I know that I'm taking this off. It's supposed to happen like that. And you're just gonna blend it right into your hair. Okay, now that I have my bronzer on, I'm just going to tap this in until it goes away. Okay, and then going back into the bronzer, I'm going to grab the bigger fluffy brush that I was using on my eyes. I'm going to grab a little bit of that bronzer, and I'm just going to shade my nose with it. No shape, no nothing, just making it straight. I'm blending that right into my eyeshadow to make it seamless. Perf. Okay, and that's all the nose contour I do. Sometimes I even like to go in with this brush right here just to get a little bit more precise. It's up to you. Okay, now my bronzer is on. I'm going to take this blush brush, put some of that on there, take off the excess, and I'm going to tap it in, focusing on the higher parts of my cheekbone, and then blending it down. Perf. Focusing that up here, blending it down. And just like that, you're done. From here, you're going to put on lashes if you want to put lashes. Put on any more mascara that you want to put on from the bottom lashes, for the top lashes. And then this is where you're going to put your red lipstick on.
Thank you for watching.